Kami LaFalcia, welcome to Irish Granny Tarot. I haven't prepared anything exciting for today. I'm going to make this short and sweet in honor of the shortest hours of days. Well, the solstice was. The days are getting longer. Oh my God, I'm so excited. But right now it's snow up to my eyebrows, snow everywhere. Everyone I've heard from has snow everywhere. And I know how difficult this can be for a lot of people. I feel guilty in a nice warm environment, safe and cozy, and going to go make a latte here in a minute. But in the meantime, I thought it would be fun to read a couple of poems about snow and winter towards the end of the year. I can't remember if I've read these before, but you can never read a good poem too often, right? So this first one is about snow. It doesn't really have a name. It's by Emily Dickinson, and it's usually entitled from its first line. So I'm just going to go right into it. It sifts from leaden sieves. It's powders all the wood. It fills with alabaster wool the wrinkles of the road. It makes an even face of mountains and of plain, unbroken forehead from the east unto the east again. It reaches to the fence, it wraps it rail by rail, till it is lost in fleeces, it flings a crystal veil. On stump and stack and stem, the summer's empty room, acres of seams where harvests were, recordless but for them. It ruffles wrists of posts as ankles of a queen, then stills its artisans like ghosts, denying they have been. I just love that. I just love the image that it evokes. And then I'm going to read you what may very possibly be one of my very, very, very favorite poems by one of my very, very favorite poets, and appropriately named Robert Frost. And I'm pretty sure I've done this poem before, but I don't care because I really, really like it. And in fact, we had to memorize it when I was in school as a child, and I'm not going to even attempt to try to do it by heart right now. I can do most of it, but not all of it. So this is Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. Close your eyes and picture this. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. All I can say about that is that I have a lot shorter trip to continue than I did the first time I ever read that poem. So that's all, just a little lighthearted winter contemplation, finding some beauty in the snow, even though it's such an ordeal. My poor cat, I don't really have a cat, it's a feral cat that kind of adopted us. And here's a little helpful hint for the winter before I go. I took 2 cat bowls, one that nested inside the other, but the rim of it extends beyond the bowl beneath. Prevents dripping, you'll understand in a second. And in the bottom bowl, I put one of those pocket heaters, those little things, you open them up and you shake it. It's like they're full of sand and they heat up. There's a chemical reaction. So I put that at the bottom of the empty bowl, and I covered it carefully, extending over the edges with plastic, like saran wrap. And I nested the bowl with the larger rim, and then I filled that with hot water. Otherwise, the cat's water freezes almost immediately, and it's a block of ice. And animals, especially small animals, need more water in the winter because the cold dries you out. And they're so small, they lose moisture more quickly than a larger animal like us. So it's a helpful hint. And it worked great. My husband went to give the cat water this morning, and he came back in with this contraption, and he's looking at it, and he couldn't figure out what I had done. And when I explained it to him, then it was obvious. So thank you very much for watching, and I have to go to work. No book tomorrow. If I can come up with a fun topic tomorrow, I will. Spend some time with your family, or go to Pura Rasa, Purarasa. She does guided meditations, and they're beautiful. I fall asleep to many of them. So slangafoil and slancha.